This hour for you on Daybreak, we take a look at the first day of school for a lot of kids in the area.
And details on why a school district in the Eastern Ozarks is temporarily moving classes online. These stories and more this morning on Daybreak. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today. It's Tuesday, August 25th. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
And I'm Joe Moreno. We talked about yesterday being 8/24, the two numbers Kobe Bryant wore. Kobe Bryant passed away earlier this year in a helicopter accident. I did find out the city of Los Angeles, and maybe you heard this, they're naming the street that the Lakers have their championship parades on after Kobe Bryant.
That's awesome.
Kobe Bryant Boulevard. That's pretty nice. And the Lakers also, have about 16 or 17 championships. So they're used to winning those things,
That's so sweet. I still can't believe that happened, and just seeing the tributes pour in. Didn't the baseball teams and all the basketball teams wear his jersey yesterday? And his birthday was the day before too, right?
That's right, on the 23rd. So yeah, a lot of that happening. And as we were talking about this year, feeling like it's gone slowly. I feel like this happened still this year in February.
Yeah.
That all that went down.
Yeah, and it does feel like a long time ago, and fans celebrating yesterday, and it's nice to see people come together, in sympathy for the family and all the fans. It's like a big family too now.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good to see. This morning we're starting off pretty warm in the 70s, right?
Yeah, it's a warm and sticky start out there this morning, but it is dry. You'll have sunshine and dry roads at the bus stop this morning. It's 72 degrees in Springfield with some southerly winds and some stickier dew points. It's 65 degrees in West Plains, 68 degrees in Harrison, and 70 degrees in Camdenton with these dew points a little bit sticky in the middle 60s. It's going to feel warm out there this morning, but we've been worse. You'll have some dry roads all day on your way to and from work and school. Lots of sunshine. So if you're virtually learning from home today, you'll have some sunshine through the window with temperatures in the low to middle 90s. By dismissal, we could find those temperatures creeping closer to 96 degrees, staying sunny and turning pretty hot. We're still tracking the tropics. We've got just a little bit of what's left of Marco that is significantly weakened. Laura will be a bigger impact for us. It's now a tropical storm. It is expected to intensify, and those remnants will track through Arkansas and into the Ozarks. So details on some heavy rain concerns coming up in 10 minutes.
Got some education coverage for you this morning. Of course, yesterday, the first day of school for parents of kids in the Springfield Public School District, testing out virtual learning and hybrid learning options that were offered in July. One family we spoke with said it started out rough, but things went well as the day went on. Tabitha Patrom is a parent of 3. Her kids all go to Westport K through 8, and they're doing that hybrid option. So their first day was full of virtual learning. She says it was a little tough to be a mom and a teacher and also the lunch lady and nurse all at the same time. But she set up her living room to look like a school as close as possible to try and instill some normalcy for her kids.
We got off to a rough start. But we got into a groove and was able to get to where the kids got their Lexia and Dreambox done, which is reading and math, and that was good. And then they also did some independent math work, and they got some independent reading done. It was rough at times because at most times whenever nobody wanted me, I was like, okay, cool, I could just sit back and do what I needed to do in prep work. And then when one wanted me, all 3 of them needed me. It did really well. I wasn't able to get in everything exactly at the times I wanted, but I think that they did pretty good for their first day.
She also asked her kids for feedback on how they thought the day was going. She says she explained her decision when she said no, but occasionally did let them do what they wanted to help them get some joy out of the day.
And a school district in the Eastern Ozarks will briefly move classes online due to COVID-19. An employee in the Alton R4 school district self-reported a positive case of the virus. Leaders at the Oregon County School say the infected person was last on campus on August 20th and no students were exposed. Still, the district will move to remote learning beginning today through September 3rd, and all extracurricular activities are also suspended during that time.
There are still parents and teachers concerned about keeping their kids engaged through that virtual learning. One Arkansas teacher has some experience with this, though. For 3 years now, Astrid Turner has used things like Zoom as a way to teach subjects outside of the class and inside her home in Prairie Grove, Arkansas. She knows how tough it can be to keep kids focused, but it's not impossible. Some things she's found helpful are making assignments project-based and using worksheets that everyone else can use, and also playing interactive games.
And I think it's really great to see like teachers finding ways to, really draw the students' attention into these core and academic subjects.
She says having themed classes is also another way to keep kids excited about learning. Putting crime into focus for you now, a domestic dispute has started a death investigation in Boone County, Arkansas. Police got a call about a vehicle accident and a possible shooting. When authorities arrived there, they found a man dead from a gunshot wound in a vehicle. Officers went to a home and interviewed a woman about that shooting. She was taken to Cox South in Springfield. The names of those involved are not being released since this investigation is open and continuing.
In political coverage, Mark and Patty McCloskey, the St. Louis couple who pointed guns at BLM protesters in front of their home, talked about how, quote, the radicals are not just protesting in the street, but now want power in government. They said if the Democratic Party wins this election, no one will be safe in the, quote, radical Democrats America.
Not a single person in the out-of-control mob you saw at our house was charged with a crime. But you know who was? We were. They've actually charged us with felonies for daring to defend our home.
We'll have a full recap of the first night of the Republican National Convention later on this morning.
We're starting off with some dry roads on our Color 10 Live Drive this morning. It's a warm and sticky start that will turn into a hot day by dismissal. Sunshine and 96 degrees. We're still tracking two tropical systems. Details on how Laura and Marco impact the Ozarks next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.